Hello everyone and welcome back to EPIC48 with Intel, of course sponsored by Overclockers UK, ROG and XP Pro Eyewear. I'm Jack Destroyer 4, joined by Avi. We're back again.
We are.
Back here for the start of the day, back here towards the end of the day. Of course, this is not the last series of the day, so do not just close the stream after this.
Please don't.
There's still an absolute banger after this, the first bracket game, but before we get to that, we still need to finish the group stage.
That we do, and we've got a pretty good game, I'd argue. We've got Snoggers versus Hot Damn GC, which Hot Damn have already proven themselves to be one of the stronger teams in our group stage here.
Hot Damn are currently 5-0. They have yet to lose.
It is impressive.
This is the final one to get their perfect run. I mean, for Snoggers, you have dropped a game to Highland Baddies, which is a team that Hot Damn have managed to beat, going 13-9 against them. So we don't expect it to go their way. But Snoggers, as we've just seen, is a team that can still do quite well in some rounds, have a little bit of fun, but I think if they lock in, they have the possibility. I mean, Hot Damn will want to go flawless.
Of course 100%.
They will. Like, when you're 5-0, you don't want to lose out on that last one and miss out on the 6-0. And, this would guarantee their top seed as well.
Yeah, absolutely it would. And that's the most important thing. Obviously, all of our teams progressing from the group stage into our bracket, but it's going to matter massively in your seeding where you sort of place it. You obviously, it matters in terms of who you're playing against, and that really makes a difference when it comes to your run through the playoff bracket. If you don't want to start really slow in the group stage, seed badly, and then play the toughest team in the group round one, that would really put you in a bad spot in our bracket.
Yeah, I mean, also, for the side of Snoggers as well, you want to win as many rounds as you can, even if you lose this one. Having those extra rounds, just in case it gets a bit close, because they are kind of possibly fighting for a spot against, like, Aconite, or if they manage to win one more, maybe against Highland Baddies, it kind of depends. So the round differential could be a factor in this, but we'll have to see when we get to that bit. But, I mean, Snoggers still have one extra game to play that wasn't played earlier on against Pick and Mix, which is one that could be quite close.
Oh, that one would be a very good one to watch. I mean, we've had a lot to say about Pick and Mix as a team. They are very strong, but having a few problems closing out some of these games towards the end as well. But Snoggers, we have seen some solid performances across the board, so I think this game is going to be massively important.
Yeah, it definitely could be, but I mean, at the same time, if Hot Damn win it, it could just kind of be as expected and not be too impactful. But at the end of the day, you want to finish out the groups with a winning game if you can, or at least one where you showed up. You don't want it to be a stomp.
You want the momentum to keep going into playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. But be interesting to see what maps we pick into here. Any early reads that you're thinking?
I mean, I think we've seen a few oddballs here. We've seen Summit, which is not something you normally see these days, but we've seen quite a fair bit of Haven. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. We've seen Lotus, which, again, fairly standard as well. I don't really know what I'd want to see above all else. I mean, it's more interesting in terms of what we haven't seen. We haven't seen
a Sunset.
I like that. Sunset is a fun map to watch.
I am 50-50 on Sunset. I think it can be really good. I think it's really fun when you have a Neon, especially, because they break every single timing known to mankind, and on a map like Sunset, that can really play around with everyone's ideas of what's going on.
Definitely, and we've seen both sides pick up this Neon over the last few rounds, so makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Neon's been broken for long enough. Yes, they nerfed her, but she's still definitely playable.
Yeah, I think it's more the fact that having a character where you can make those fast rotates, controlling the map, that's just going to be powerful regardless of cooldowns, regardless of actual physical kit power.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can't run and jump around as fast now and, just jump into people's faces as much. You can still do it. The option is still there, and I mean, when you've got good players, late players on these teams, I mean, especially Hot Damn, I feel like any of them could just hop on the agent and do well enough.
Yeah, that's part of just how strong Hot Damn have been over the course of today. They have been fairly dominant, to say the least. I mean, they've only dropped 24 rounds across the whole day.
I mean,
that's not a big number at all.
That's more than I maybe expected, but not as bad as it could have been.
Absolutely not, especially when you consider that most of these games that we're seeing from them, we're seeing 13-2, we're seeing another 13-1. They're really good, they're really dominant here, but it is those tighter games they've had with a few of the other teams up at the top of the ladder. So Highland Baddies, as I said, 9-13 that game. So hopefully it's going to be a really tough one to call, because I haven't a clue what's going to happen.
Yeah,
nice.
I feel like we go into it expecting that Hot Damn will most likely win it. I think the question that I kind of have is, how much do Snoggers show up? Do you get people like Gogs, popping off, having a good game? I feel like you kind of look towards him and maybe, you know, a player like Modi or someone like that, or Winch maybe, to, you know, pick up the team, just carry them that extra little bit. But on the other side, for Hot Damn, I mean, it could literally be any player. I look across that roster and I go, one of them could easily have a slow game and the rest of the team is there to pick it up, and that's why they're such a good team. I mean, you got players like Rudy who won way back at 41, then took for like a bit off, was coaching, all of this lot, comes back, plays 2 LANs, gets second in one, and then wins the next one.
Yeah, I think that just says how strong a player is, really, isn't it?
It just shows that there's players like this that you can't count out. They can have these breaks. You know, you've got on the other side, you've got Gogs, who's not missed a LAN since, you know, 39. He's made so many LAN appearances, but unable as of recent to build that stack together that gets him that last leg. But I think for them, having a bit more confidence going into it, meaning that they can hopefully lock in that top 4, would be so great.
Oh, definitely. You have to have the confidence, especially in this sort of format where it's really difficult if everyone's qualifying for a bracket, because you're almost in 2 minds of it doesn't matter, everyone's qualifying, but also you're in that second mind of it absolutely matters. I'm learning about the teams, I'm learning about how I need to play against them, and that is arguably the most important thing. That's going to be really difficult for a lot of these teams to pick up at the moment.
I mean, also that seeding difference of, you know, being 3rd versus being 4th means you play a team that's that bit worse. You know, 4th usually will play like a seed 5, and 3rd instead will have an easier one.
Well, theoretically easier, but
like still you have to play a team that could be 1 or 2 seeds different from what you could have played.
Oh God, yeah.
At the same time, if you drop below that seed 4, you actually have a way more difficult game. You're playing a higher seed, and all of a sudden, what could be, oh yeah, we'll just make a bit of a run in uppers. It doesn't matter. We'll run into a team and maybe drop down. Instead, you're making the lowers, you know, run almost from the beginning.
Yeah, it's incredibly difficult to do so, but hopefully for both sides here, they're going to be giving it their A game, because I think that's what we want to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I do believe we have our map ready, so we'll see where we are going to, and it's going to be Ascent.
Okay.
A map which I feel like as of recent maybe doesn't go in, you know, doesn't get picked as much.
Not these
days. People kind of got bored of Ascent maybe. I did a bit, the paper thin walls, the Odin being absolutely broken.
Yeah.
But Ascent is one of those maps which every single team in this tournament will know what they want to do with, will have played it like hundreds of times, solo, individual, with different stacks. They have plenty of plays to do here, which is why it's one of those where you kind of need to innovate a bit.
You do a bit, and I think hopefully we see Hot Damn put on a show for us, because that's the sort of thing we've seen from earlier in this tournament. They've been able to put on those incredible performances on sort of standard maps, and hopefully they could do that again. But Snoggers, nothing to scoff at by any means. I think they're not, I think it's fair to say they're not as strong as some of the previous opponents faced by Hot Damn. They did lose out to Highland Baddies, but hopefully that gives them a bit of motivation to sort of give it an extra go here.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see what agents they pick into here, as it's going to be Hot Damn on that left-hand side. You've seen Deck and Luca and Naki having a bit of fun. No, okay, I thought we were going to have a bit of a Jet roulette there, but on the other side already, a Phoenix locked in for Gogs and a Jet for Modi. That double duelist composition with a Sova, Omen, Cypher as most likely going to be finishing out the rest of that team, but that will be an interesting one. See what the push and pull is like with Modi and Gogs. Yeah,
but I just very much like seeing that Yoru immediately locked in. I very much enjoy seeing a Yoru, especially on a map like Ascent. You've got so much potential for a rotate over, and I like that control that it brings.
Yeah, I mean, also seeing Naki on a Yoru. Naki is such a good player that I feel like if he gets activated on that Yoru and starts, you know, running circles around this other team, it's something you really have to watch out for. If you've got Naki just in the back line, just taking you down, there's really not much you can do.
Yeah, very much so. And it's going to be incredibly difficult to do anything if you are Snoggers here, especially with how strong Hot Damn have proven to be.
We'll have to see what they can do here, as it's going to be Hot Damn on that defense side to start it out. So going to be trying to lock it down. I mean, with a lot of these choke points being a bit small, this is one where you'd hope to see them maybe get a couple of extra rounds just to guarantee that, you know, it's a bit easier when you get into that second half. But on the other side, going to want to see that early aggression from Winch and Gogs, see what they can get done, as at the moment it's looking like it's going to be a split early.
Yeah, I think aggression at the moment is key. You have to try and play forward, otherwise, we've seen this before from so many of the teams in EPIC48, you have to play aggro, otherwise you're going to get aggressed on, and that's what a lot of our teams today have struggled with. So hopefully that's what Snoggers are going to try and do here, but we're not really seeing much of that yet.
I mean, as we call it, swing or be swung.
Pretty much.
How it is, and at the moment, neither team really wanting to swing too much. We're seeing a bit of space taken here for Snoggers. Modi on that jet, just wanting to push on up. Hasn't popped dash yet, so still has that opportunity to just try and go aggressive. Recon dart sent on through. Modi just about avoids getting spotted, but will get spotted by Rudy instead. And the kill will go that way as Naki finds another as well. Deck just waiting over towards A site, knows the player is close as Naki's just run it down through mid. That's the spike found as well. And he split the players in two. These last two players from Snoggers are isolated and will get taken down all onto one. What can you do here in this position, Winch? I mean, 1v5, any damage would be good. But I really just can't see much being done.
Absolutely not. I mean, I think that was really smartly played from Hot Damn. They bided their time. They waited for Snoggers to make that slight overstep, and they didn't really have an answer at all, did they?
Yeah.
It felt like Snoggers, they waited a little bit too long to aggress, played it a little bit too slow on that initiate as well. And Hot Damn took advantage.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like they are just one of those teams that will take any advantage they get given. They take every single opportunity. You can't afford to, you know, have any little mess-ups. You have to make sure you're locked in, ready to go, and we're seeing already Marshall being brought on through for a lot of these players, and this is just kind of a sign of confidence. They know that on the other side, there probably isn't going to be many shields, and they can land the shots.
Yeah, you can't blame them for thinking that, though. They've put in some fantastic performances already. You have to be feeling yourself here, but I say that. Deck already falling. That's not what you want for Hot Damn, but a really smart push here for Snoggers, just be able to walk straight down A long.
Yeah, 100%. As Naki, we'll see that Killjoy stuff being sent out from his team. Knows that he doesn't need to aggress too much. Doesn't want to run into his own team's util here. But on the other side, Snoggers getting punished already. One more player waiting on the other side. Cannot swing into this because they know there'll be one tap to it. And now the spam's through in mid as well. Gogs just trying to find an opportunity to take a fight here. The spams are just preventing him from doing so. Naki going to go for the flash on through. Doesn't want to swing through the smoke though. Doesn't want to give it away anything early. And instead opts to just back off towards site. Maybe wait in the smoke a little bit longer and will get punished for it. Gogs managing to find that kill. And that's going to put Snoggers with the numbers advantage for now. Which will get spotted on the other side. Rudy takes him down through the wall. But as we look over towards A side, Luca finding the kills, and so is Bark as well. The spam's on through. Crystal can't find anything more. Can't get the spike planted, and that's going to be the win for Hot Damn.
Yeah, nothing else to say about that. It felt very much like Snoggers, they aggressed. They had that forward-thinking plays, but they just kind of didn't execute off of them. They wanted to go forward, but they couldn't really afford to do so. That was part of the difficult thing with Hot Damn's hold here.
Yeah, I mean, at least, you know, a small win from that is Snoggers will still, of course, be able to buy into this round. It's one of those, you expect it. You lose the pistol, you then expect to lose the second, but then you want to buy into this third round, whereas on the other side, it's a bonus.
Well, that's the thing, they don't even have much economy to full buy on this round. They've all gone half shields here, which is not something you really want to be doing at all. It's not looking as good for Snoggers as perhaps could be. I say that, though, Winch does find Dog Handler early, which is a really good pick for him.
Yeah, I mean, Rudy gets the trade straight back on the other side with the Sheriff, so making that bonus work for them at the moment, and not able to... Oh, no, say that. Sorry, Naki has recovered the gun. That's going to be a good opportunity, but Naki's going to get caught out by Wukashi as Modi will find another as well onto Rudy. Giving the numbers over to Snoggers, which is how this round should play out, but still two players left on the other side. Deck and Luca. Luca just wanting to push on through. Ready for this tree push, expecting to see some players, and there's a gap in the smoke. He might spot out the head of some players. The spam's on through, but they don't connect as Modi will find that kill. All down now onto Deck. Any damage would be good. The jump across is there, though, and Modi will find the kill. It's free on the round for him. Yeah,
perfect timing for Snoggers. It felt like they just wanted to go, and they did. That's exactly what happened. They finally decided to execute on that aggressive push. They were able to make that push through onto B, but then they backed away. They smartly played it. They said, you know what? We've just gone forward. Let's back away. Go in for a different aggress. Make a different play on the cross side of the map. And then go forward that way. It worked out for them. It was really smart play. It forced a bit of a split hold for Hot Damn. And they took advantage of that from there. I really like that.
100%. I mean, it's also good as well to see early on a player like Rudy playing well. You know, on that Killjoy. Already 4-on-1. Your job basically here is to lock down a site. Make sure they can't get into the site that you are holding on. And if your player, you know, on the Killjoy is playing well already, then that's a great sign for your defense side as Gog's going to pick up this orb. That's going to put the ultimate online. The run it back is now available. Surely he's going to be the way to get into this site. Just depends on when he's going to pop this on through, but they have to be careful of Rudy on this close corner who's going to back up for now.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to hold this close angle, especially when you know how aggressive Snoggers do like to play here, but it's going to force them a little bit of back away. They are aware that Hot Damn are playing a little bit slower, so they want to try and capitalize on that. Maybe like a bit of a rotate, but they're not 100% sure.
Flash though from Naki, flash through into mid, but gets punished for it. Winch playing that anti-flash behind the box. You know, we'll hear the comm from the teammate and we'll swing into that one. As Modi gonna swap the spike on over, but Bart could be in a good position. Gets one, gets two, but will get traded out by Modi in the end. Numbers even again as the run on through is there. Winch managed to find one. Rudy trades back on the other side, and for now, no site control there for Snoggers, despite managing to fight into that B site.
Yes, really good hold for Hot Damn there. They didn't let them into that site at all. They tried to take advantage early into that mid site, but not really able to do a whole lot of anything after that. And then Snoggers have to back away.
Interesting that they've chosen to break the door there. Maybe meaning they want to play towards this tree?
I was thinking it felt more like a mistiming on that push through. It felt like they didn't want to do that. They had to break door on the way out.
No, there we go. The tree push is there. This is the reason why. Gives him the backup opportunity. The blind is available there, though, for the side of Hot Damn, but Rudy's going to read this. We'll get the trade onto Winch. 1v1 now. Crystal just stuck in hell. Waiting. Biding their time, waiting for the drop down. It's there from Rudy, and Rudy will get the kill. He'll manage to clutch up that round, and will get the third round on the board for Hot Damn.
Yeah, that's the experience you need from a previous Epic champion. You need someone cold in that 1v1 situation, and Rudy is that player.
I mean, Rudy is always one you can never count out in these clutches. I remember back when he was on the LeBruzboo's team, he was just winning some rounds that just looked unwinnable.
Oh, yeah.
But also, when you look across it, yes, he's playing really well, but the rest of the team is the one setting him up in these positions. You know, in that position when they're both on heaven, you have the player hop up from tree. One of you is always going to die. But to get the trade straight away is where it's so good. You know, having the two players grouped up, making sure you can't get isolated.
That's the beauty of the Hot Damn core. They've been able to find the sort of synergy to say we know exactly where we need to play at all times, and I like this a lot. It's really good play from Hot Damn, and hopefully this is the making for championship team almost.
Yeah, Gog's going to pop the run it back here, go through mid, wanting to just run on in. Luca gets unfortunate timing there, will spot out the player, but just as he turned, but they haven't cleared the corner. Bark in the perfect position will manage to get one despite being nearsighted, as Luca will get another as well on towards sight. As Bark just wants to keep on swinging through the flash in hand from Gogs, but no, it doesn't connect. As Bark managing to find another kill, Deck will find one as well. And this is just some perfect team play here, just not allowing, not stressing out. Yes, there's one kill, but that will be all, as Bark will shut that one down.
Yeah, it all went a little bit wrong there for Snoggers. They just didn't clear. They tried to aggress too soon. They didn't really play it smartly at all. They just ran straight through, left all angles open, and suddenly Hot Damn are just going to capitalize on those. They're going to take advantage if you don't play smart. And that's kind of the problem we're seeing from them so far.
And I mean, also for Bark, just taking advantage and just being confident enough to run into those kills, just swinging these players. Clearly wants to finally get his first win on the board, managing to come second 3 times already, which is unfortunate, but this is his opportunity to try and take his first LAN win.
Certainly is. 4th time's the charm as Rudy just going to spam through smokes, fire to pick on the Modi already.
Yeah, key player to take down. That's the Jet fallen already, and yes, you have double duelists, but losing your Jet early is nothing you want to do, as Naki will find Winch as well. Often going to be that lurking player, but Gogs, I don't know how he's managed to win that one out with the Stinger. Swaps over to the Classic. Going to give that sight control over towards Snoggers, but the quick scope from Luca will land. Takes down Gogs in the end, but the last 2 players over towards B site. That recon dart's going to reveal that at least one is there in Wukashi. They're still going to want to commit onto this, but looks like one player's already here. Naki ready on the other side of this smoke. It's all down to a bit of timing. As Naki going to be waiting on site, dodges the sidestep onto the near site and gets both kills. That's 3 on the round for Naki and 5 on the board for Hot Damn.
That's beautiful play. Just watching the way they're holding angles is stunning to watch, especially with how just amazing some of the shots are coming through. I don't know what else to say other than, Hot Damn, they've got the aim. They're perfectly timing every single aggress. They're perfectly timing every single defense. They just have every single thing they need to win this game.
I mean, even the quick scope on the op. You know, an op,
you don't hit those shots.
You don't want to be in that sort of fight where you're close range, you've got an operator in hand. But for Luca, no stress whatsoever, not shaking all over the place, nothing like that. Keeps it calm. locks it in and manages to get that kill.
Absolutely.
And we'll have to see what they can do as Snoggers. Feels like it's starting to slip away from them for now. Need to try and get around on the board as soon as possible. The ultimate is popped on through, but the trade's going on in mid for now. There's not too much more damage on the other side as Deck spams through. Knows that Gogs was in that corner, but has to back on up. Can't land the shots through the smoke. 2 bullets left. Sorry, 8 in the gun. As Modi will find a kill onto Luca as well, but if you look at the damage on towards the Snoggers players, yes, they have the numbers advantage, but 2 of their players are so weak. Constant flashes from Gogs, just has to get out. But now he's got no flashes here for this site take, and he still needs to clear out Deck as well. Oh. Backline will manage to find a kill as well, as Deck will finally find that kill as well. All left down onto 1 now, as Modi, operator in hand, spots out the first, will connect the shot. Pops the dash as well. Plenty of opportunity still in this round, but the time is ticking down. 30 seconds left on the clock. Is he going to opt to swap over towards a Vandal? Because he needs to still try and recover the spike and just get a plant down, but time is ticking down. Modi going to swing on through, but Rudy's waiting, crouched, will get that kill as well. And it's a guaranteed, at worst, even half for Hot Damn.
Perfectly cool, calm, and collected for Hot Damn. And you can't blame them for feeling good about themselves because they are just playing it to perfection at the moment. It's incredible to see. They are, sure, they're losing picks every so often. Snoggers are finding some really good shots down, especially, I want to highlight Modi. There's some fantastic plays here, but it does feel very much like Hot Damn. They're just not taking no for an answer.
Also feels like Gogs is just getting shut down, getting shut out. We saw in that last game that Gogs is kind of one of those players that can have those pop-off moments, can be the one to take the team through it, but...
Not this time.
I mean, this game he's already getting shut down, but this time, Trey's going backwards and forwards, and for now, Hot Damn is out on top.
Oh my
Ball
God.
down onto 1, and it's all onto Gogs. Bulldog in hand is all he has, a 1v4 in front of him. I mean, what can he even do here?
Absolutely nothing. I have no idea how on earth Hot Damn were able to get away with that. Gogs does able to get something back, but you able to get any more? Not really. Even with a bit of a nice flash timing, you're just not able to do anything when Bark is just there, controlling everything. It's really difficult because Hot Damn, they just decided to run at you, and you have no answer for it at all because, frankly, you don't expect it. You don't expect, especially in your own half, to be run straight through into your spawns. That's not something you expect to see at all, and it was really good for Hot Damn.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it feels like for now, Snoggers just looking for that answer, but unable to find anything as of yet. And I mean, you look across the board, 4 ultimates available on the side of Hot Damn, but for Snoggers, still 3 available. The run it back is there again. Could send Gogs in, but you need to have that support behind him. Modi, dash pops ready to try and help him out, but Bark in the perfect position will take down the ultimate, spams on through and finds the kill onto the other, and one with the shorty as well. How is Bark getting away with this as Luke will find one with the knives? There is a trade back on the other side from Crystal, but it feels like a little too late.
Certainly does.
2v4, the flash is there, they shoot the clone. Luca will find the 3 on the round. And what a round that was from Hot Damn.
Hot Damn, that was good. I don't know what Snoggers can even try and do from this point, because it feels like they haven't a single answer into the aggression from Hot Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, because frankly, Hot Damn are just going to run straight at the face of Snoggers, not accept anything for it, and then just going to take the game from there.
I mean, this is what happens when you build a roster of LAN champions. They do not care. They have the confidence. They know they can win this out. It doesn't matter who's on the other side. It could be the 2nd seed. They're still going to play confident. This is how they win these games, as Modi going to go through with the knives. Can't connect the shots, though, as Naki will get that early pick. Deck will get another as well, and it looks like another one of these rounds where Hot Damn just seems to have the number of these players on Snoggers all down onto 1, which finds 2 somehow. But eventually Deck is there and will close that one out, and it's 9 rounds on the board already.
And I think it's probably going to be a fair few more for Hot Damn at this rate, because you don't take those holds on mid. You do not push straight through onto B spawn, and Snoggers, what do you do in that position? What do you do when you're getting collapsed on from 2 different angles?
I mean, exactly that. It feels like unless you're prepared for that, you have no real way of countering it, and I mean, you look across now, it's the only round that Snoggers have been able to win was that third round. The round where they had the gun advantage is the one they've won. But since then, they've not been able to build anything through. It feels like when Hot Damn have guns, they're just shooting way too hot. And there we go. Again, the aggression, but there's still players behind ready to trade.
Yeah, it's incredibly clever play because you don't just go in as one man. You go in as a group and you make a play happen off of the back of it. That's the beauty of this Hot Damn roster. And look at that. They do it again. Luca tries to get a pick onto Crystal, but there's people there to follow it up.
Yeah.
Always.
Got to be so careful now as hot through from sight. The flash gets sent on through. They're going to find Rudy there. But players are weak. 5 HP for Modi. Deck also weak in the backside here. As Gog's just trying to spot him on out. As Gogs will find him. There we go. A 1v3 now. This is the best opportunity that Snoggers have had. Pull down onto Bark. Drone available though, so can maybe spot out some players early. Gonna just clear this front sight positioning.
Spike planted.
Gonna swing on through as well. Doesn't want to pop the drone. Spots out the first. Gets the first and the second through the wall. Didn't even know the player was there and he still gets the kill. Bark now in a 1v1. Knows that the player could be close, but no idea where he is. Just gonna have to swing on through. The timing is there as well, and Gogs will fall. It's 4 on the round for Barker, 1v3, and it's 10 on the board for Hot Damn.
I don't know what you can say about Snoggers, except they are not prepared for the aggression of Hot Damn. And you can't blame them for it, because Hot Damn are just too good at running straight at your face and having answers for when it doesn't work as well as you want.
I mean, in that round as well, it wasn't even necessarily down to that early aggression they weren't ready for. They had the early numbers advantage.
They did.
But when you got a player like Bark sitting 17 and 3, you just have to be careful. There's a reason why he's won lands before, and he's showing it right now.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, sorry, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
Bark hasn't. He's the only one who hasn't. There's a reason why he's got second in so many, but he wants to win.
You can, I mean, three times come in second. You have to win this one almost.
I still couldn't believe when I was doing the research that he hadn't won a land.
Really?
I fully thought he had.
Huh.
But apparently not, as he's going to look to get his first here
Wow,
at EPIC48.
maybe it will be. So we're just going to try making a grass onto this A site for the time being, but Rudy already catches out Crystal with that mine.
Bark as well, the spam through is there. Wakashi will get a trade back on the other side, just trying to spam on through, but they need to get out of this site. The Killjoy lockdown is there, and Winch is there as well. He finds the kills, and Snoggers. It doesn't matter that the Killjoy lockdown was there, they still win the round.
Yeah, but look what they did. They were able to take that round based on their aggression. They played a little bit too slow these past few rounds, and Hot Damn capitalized on it. When they go in, when they're the ones to aggress onto the aggression of Hot Damn, it's working out for them.
It feels like that lockdown from Rudy was kind of the go button for them as well. They realized that time was ticking down. They either have to get out of sight or they have to get these kills in time so that it doesn't matter if they get caught. And it just worked out in their favor, but, you know, it's right at the end of that half. It's one where, yes, you finally won a round, but now you're going to swap over to the other side and it's a whole different game.
Yeah, it is completely different, but if you're Snoggers, you know how Hot Damn like play. They want to rush in. How do you answer that here? I don't really know what you can do from this position, especially when you don't have many rounds left to spare. You have to make a perfect read, essentially now, or you've lost the entire series.
I mean, luckily, Ascent is one of those defender-sided maps usually, but I mean, when you got a team like Hot Damn on the other side, you have to be careful. I mean, Naki already running on through, leading the charge through to A, but instead of going to site, they're just going through towards spawn. Bark is being left solo with the spike, but this aggression is there. Naki managing to find the first, make that 2 more as well. What some shots those were as well. Headshots on headshots, and it's all down onto 1, and he can find no more as Hot Damn, a great round from them.
What can you say? Because there's just nothing that Snoggers can really do, is there? It's unfortunate for them because Hot Damn are just going to keep finding the perfectly timed angles, the perfect time shots. Even if you don't expect them to find anything, suddenly Naki will just find a triple kill on Heaven, and I don't know how he managed it.
I mean, it's one of those where, you know, yes, you get the timing, but at the end of the day, that's down to the mechanics.
It is.
You know, you can put a lot of people in that position, but unless they have the aim to back it, they're not going to get those kills, but that doesn't matter there for a player like Naki, who can just land those shots already. This aggression, Wakashi being forced back, Lucas just running around with an air, he does not care. And Wakashi's going to have it all to deal with. They haven't cleared him out just yet, though. His deck will get one onto Gogs. There we go. Luca will find him now. The spams, though. Can connecting through for a second there. But for now, that's going to be the site control for Hot Damn. Spike will get planted down, but there are a couple players weak on their team.
It's so incredibly scrappy up here. They're just firing through, trying to get raw shots, and they will be able to do so. Crystal falling. But there's nothing really to answer back with. Snoggers don't have anything left in the tank, especially when Hot Damn are just going to keep playing aggressive, playing incredibly scrappy fights like that.
Yeah.
What can you do when you just have everyone running at you at once?
I mean, exactly that, and because they tried to force a bit into that round, it means that you get to this third round, you know, they were trying to prevent the 12. It's a really important thing to do, but at the same time, if you don't prevent the 12 and you've bought into it, you now get into that last round, the round that is do or die, and you have, I don't even know what to call this by, it's a bit of everything.
Well, we've seen, what, a Guardian, a full buy Bulldog, a Sheriff. This is not what Snoggers need right now.
No, it's going to be one of those where it's just really hard to try and get anything done here as, I mean, Hot Damn are going to know this. They're just jumping in. The confidence is there, but Bodhi, the shot's on point for one. Will get traded back by Buck on the other side as Naki spotted a player on towards site. He's going to jump out of the ultimate and get the kill as well. And it's all left down onto two. They're spamming the spike as well. Crystal will find one back on the other side. Spots out another, but can't land the shots as Rudy through the wall. Naki will close it out. It's a 13-2 for Hot Damn. And what a way to end the group stage.
That is the perfect ending for Hot Damn GC in this group stage. And I don't think they could have asked for much more in that series. It felt like Snoggers just didn't have anything to answer back with.
Yeah, I feel like Snoggers are a team which I often just wouldn't count out. They have some players that can have pop-off moments, can do really well, but when you got a team playing that well against you that's that hot, it feels like, you know, winning all of these games back-to-back, the momentum was fully in their favor, and they just ran through them.
Sure, Snoggers do have that LAN experience here, but it feels very much that Hot Damn, even if they don't have quite as much storied history here, they've been the ones to win it all before. They have so many championship caliber players on their roster, and it feels like some of that championship experience really showed here today when they just afford to run through saying, no, I am better. I can just run at you and win. And it very much felt like that was their win con almost.
I mean, a team like Hot Damn kind of rock up to the event going, we're making finals. It doesn't matter what happens before then. They just go, we're going to get to the final. When we get to the final, we'll see from there. And you can see why. When you've got the confidence like that, there's really no way to counter them in this position. I mean, some of the other teams have managed to play them a bit closer, but no one's managed to, you know, take a map off of them just yet. We'll see as it gets into the best of threes, you know, can they keep up this aggression for back-to-back maps?
Yeah,
what happens when they go down a map? You know, can they fight back? But until then, at the moment, they're just a dominant force.
Oh, very much so. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that indomitable force versus some kind of a move object. I haven't seen a team that can be that yet. There's got to be one, surely.
I don't think there's one. I mean, maybe you look towards an Aconite if they can lock it in a little bit, or Highland Baddies. They played it decently close. They got it to 13-9.
Yeah, they did.
So a couple extra rounds converted, maybe the possibility there, but I mean, we'll see if they can look back at the VODs and realize, you know, where could we have won these extra few rounds? But at the end of the day, there's a reason why we looked at Hot Damn and thought they are the ones you need to beat. They are the team to beat. And at the moment, they are unbeaten. Yeah,
which makes a whole lot of sense when you consider just how well they've been playing as a roster. They play grouped up when they need to. They play split when they need to. They play aggressive when they need to. They play passive when they need to. It almost feels like every single situation they have the perfect answer for. And I think that partly comes down to the experience of the championship caliber players, as well as just the confidence that they elude. And I think that's the best thing you can ask for in a team like this.
I also feel like usually I would kind of question, you know, when you've got a team this dominant, what does happen if they lock down, you know, get knocked down into the lowest? You know, it's one of those where they're kind of not expecting it. Are they ready for the fight back? But when you've got a player like Rudy on your team, he's made these lower bracket runs before.
Oh, yeah.
You know, back-to-back lands, he's been in that lower bracket and managed to fight his way through. So you kind of just can't write them off no matter what happens. And we'll have to see when we get into that bracket how well they do. If they even need to worry about that lower bracket or if they just run it through flawlessly.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for them. It's not going to be easy for them. It's not going to be hard for them either. I think Hot Damn, they still have a lot to prove. They've proven that they are, without a shadow of a doubt, the best team we have here at EPIC48 so far. But there's still a lot of tournament left to play. There's still the entire playoff bracket, and I think that's really where these best players are made. You can live and die in the bracket stage, and they've got to prove it yet. They still have a lot to prove in terms of how they bounce back from these losses, if they have any.
Yeah.
There's so much more pressure in that playoff stage, and hopefully they continue on this incredible momentum. But we're going to have to see how they progress, because it is not necessarily going to be the easiest one for them.
Yeah, I mean, also, you've got the questions of BO3s, you know, what's your map pool depth like? Do you have multiple maps you're confident on?
Yeah.
Or is it that you've kind of just gone through the group stage playing, you know, a couple maps you're kind of good on, and it doesn't really matter, but all of a sudden when, you know, a team bans out your best map, and then you have to play into one that you're maybe not so confident on, and then one they're good on, that's where you start to see the questions. But, I mean, we'll have to see. I think Hot Damn will have had plenty of time to prep.
You would have thought so.
They'd be ready to go, but I mean, we'll have to see as we get into the bracket. That's going to be the next game on stream from us.
Indeed.
Going to be that first one in bracket. We'll have to see who gets there. I mean, everyone's going to be there, but you know, who gets to play off against who has those easier matchups, who gets those higher seeds. But until then, have a nice little break. Go get yourself something to eat, something to drink, and we'll be back soon.
Do that.